Welcome to today's tutorial. We're going to be doing, as voted by in the comments, Grinch 2018, the cartoon version. I decided we're going to draw on an A2 size paper and then we're going to add to this drawing. We're going to do it as a series, so each comment we will then do another tutorial the day after, and we're going to do it all the way up to Christmas until this page is filled. So leave the comments and then we will do it together, and hopefully by the end, if you follow along, we'll all have a poster and you won't need to buy prints, unless you want one. But if you follow along, you should be able to make your own. So let's begin. Right, so first off, we're going to draw rough shape. How are we going to start it? We're going to draw a straight line. If you've got a ruler, use one. If not, just draw a freehand line. Like that. And then we can start. Right, so bang in the middle, we're going to go with a nose. So we'll draw a circle for the nose. We're just going to map out where things go to start with. So a little bit higher, like a finger space. I'm going to put the eyebrows and eye. So the eyebrows come up like this, and it's just going to be like a mirror. They're bushy, so you can just do it very lightly and we'll add in the details afterwards. So here's your bushy eyebrow, then it's the eye. So the eye is like a half semicircle. Put up here and curved at the bottom. Same on this side, so we want it roughly exactly mirror to that. So you could draw a little triangle like that if you want. The eyebrow again, same as that. So I'm going to draw a line from that, just roughly, so you know how high to do it. And this eyebrow has a bigger curve. And again, it's bushy. Bring it down, and the eye is that much. So we're just going to go to about there. Start the eye. Curve it down, and again, if you follow that little triangle, keep it level with that. And this one comes to about here, same as that much from the end of your eyebrow. You'll get roughly right size eyes. And you've got your pupils inside. And then from the nose down a little bit, we're going to draw his fingers. Going to put together, so we'll make a nice little triangle here. See this triangle we're making? Again, everything is like symmetrical from this line, so what we do on the right side we can do on the left, and vice versa, as close as possible anyway. So here's his fingers, they come down, so same on this side. And his hands are very long. You go whoop, like that. So I'm going to aim for this exact same line on that side. So you just look, it's that much. Just put a little marker there. And that's what we're going to try and do again. And just go. It doesn't even have to be symmetrical this side because it is his hands. It just has to look kind of similar. Right, so his fingers. So his fingers are like interlocked and crossed. So we'll do one this way. So get some lead. This side then has a finger coming that way. Then we'll have another finger that way. And again another one this way. And his hands. How many fingers should 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one here. You have a little finger this way. And then we can add some more shape into this as we get further along. So right, bottom part here, I'm going to do his face. The eyebrows, right. Starting at eyebrows. This is the top of his head. Now we're going to do these little circles, these just help you get the distance. It's like patting his fur. I'm just doing that to get my height. And then he has a big one. Boom. Just by chance, that's how high we're going to go anyway. Then he has his weird looking fringe. Just going to do that. I don't know how you describe that. But just copy that. And then, right, so yeah, here's the eyes. This is where it comes out a lot wider. Like so. So we just draw a big, like a chipmunk cheek. Same on this side. And it's just going to come out, like if you draw a marker there, it's just going to come out like 2 fingers to there. Draw that. I mean, if you want to be super accurate, you can use a ruler and literally measure how much you did that side and do it there. So we've got his rough shape. Now, it doesn't look that accurate at the moment. When we add in the spikes, it'll look a lot better. So right, his fingers are here. His smile is going to come here. And we want it to come level with his nose, like this, just below his nose. So diagonal to this part. And then big, big, big smile. Big smile. Put that a bit further over. Big smile. Right, so we've got some rough lines. Now this I would call my first layer of lines, to do it very light. Second, when we start in detail, I'll press on a little more. And then my final lines will be when I ink it at the end. That's when I'll rub all lines out and use a biro. Or a Posca, depending on what I'm working on. Alright, so let's put some detail into the eyes. So I'm going to enlarge this picture. Oops, I lost it. That's the one. Alright, so let's zoom in on the picture. And let's see his eyes. Right. Start with this right eye. Just check that it's still recording. Yes, we're still recording. Everything is good. Right, so we're going to do the detail now then. So for the eye. Straight up. I'm going to do these a little bit thicker now. So I'll press on a little bit. Not too much that you can't erase your lines. And then he has a pupil. Right here, starting at the top of the eye. Nice circular. All the way up like this. And then a dark pupil inside that. And then this is where I'm going to dot. I'm going to alter the eyes slightly. Now I'm adding my details. But we're going to work from like our little, I'd call it as guidelines. We work from it. So now we're going to curve this side, bring it around like that, and the nose. Right, the nose is not complete circle like this. So now we're going to edit this. So this is the top of the nose, is exactly how we wanted it, but we're just going to do it a little wider. I put too much lead on it. Right, so underneath, same again, it's the same. Pencil's playing up. Underneath, it's the same that we did before as circle, but now we're going to add in nostrils. So it comes up like this. And then joins to the top. On this side. I don't like drawing straight like this. I like to turn my page and draw on a slant. But I won't be able to film that very well. Right, so there's the nostrils. A little darker. Same on this side. And then the eyebrows. So, looks like this. He's got like a sinister grin. So following along, our eyebrows go to the edge of the paper, of his head. I'm just going to draw the scribbled just to make it look more like the Grinch. I'm going to add in wavy hairs. Like that. There you go. And now we're going to do the same on this side. So there. I'm going to do the eyebrow here. So just a little lower than what we had before. And we're not going to put this one up as high. So we've got a difference. You see that one's higher up, this one's coming down lower. But this one's going to curve all the way up to this one. The same here. So these guidelines here were pretty accurate to how we wanted them. Again, I'm just going to add in some wavy strands of hair. Like that. You don't have to do this because if you plan on colouring it in after, you could just colour it in without having to do these, but these are just little details for it. If you want to keep it basic, just leave them as big thick eyebrows. There we go. You can even make them thinner than that so it looks more realistic. Some more extra strands there. Now we need to get the eye again. So we want to be aiming for this eyeball to be a similar size to this one. So again, comes down. And the eye's a bit closer inward than we put. Like that, but it starts at the top, so it's like a half circle. It's not a full circle because it's underneath his eyelid. And then we have his black part of the iris, the pupil, and then this is going to come up. Some dark shading, and the eyeball comes down. Curve on this side and round. Like so. Right, so we have his eyes. This one I'm wondering whether to make a little bit lower, like this. Sometimes just thicken lines up when it's not the right distance. And then curve that around. So there, I've just made it a little short, so then I'll rub that line out there. And then rub the line on the inside, just to neaten it up. And you can see I made it a little, brought it a little further down and I cut it a bit back in so that it looks more in line with that one. Right, onto the head. The pen is playing up. Okay, so just lightly do some like fur. On these lines, and this is where his stalk bit is. So we just need to put a little bit of fur on the edge so it's not a straight line. Like that. And then, so his fingers, these are furry as well. The hands are alright, to be fair, so we can just really go over them. For what we can see, so just darken up these lines. So he's got like that point on the fingers. Like so. Just darkening them up, because we're going to keep them lines how they are. Got fur on, you can put some little scrags. What we don't, we're going to have to try his smile up. Like that. So let's erase lines we don't want. Just avoid confusion. So his big smile comes up to here. Like that. Same on this side. Bring it a bit further down like smirky. You can even make your grin bigger if you want. That'll do. So from here, I'm just going to have the fur. So we're going to do little spikes like this. You can overlap them. They don't have to be the exact same as the other side. Curve them round. Make them shorter at the bottom and longer on the sides. Overlap them a little bit, make it look like there's more. Right, we have our face pretty much done. There we go. Right, so now we rub out the lines we don't want, which the line down the middle we don't need. We don't need that little triangle that was there, or the circle. And then just do his hair at the top, so this. I'm gonna go up and down. It's a bit like Sonic or Crash Bandicoot. Do a little one going that way, and some little ones this way or that way. Some tiny ones. Then a couple curled this way. Like so. So now that is a sketch complete. In the next tutorial we will be adding a new character from the comments. See you then.